Aloha, my dear sound and chant loving friends. Since most of the people who are signing up for Heart of Sound training these days are going straight in on the 500-hour course, which of course includes the 200-hour course and the Sanskrit and the Nāda trainings as well, I thought I would do a little bit of an intro and a peek inside to the actual 500-hour course after you've purchased. So I'm assuming that you've already looked through the Heart of Sound Advanced Training landing page, which is here at Advanced Teacher Training or any of the 500-hour links. But this is going to give you a really good idea of some of the typical outcomes for our trainees, as well as a pretty good outline of what you're going to learn, and some stories from students, as well as, importantly, a list of what some of our graduates are doing now, like how they're taking this training to level up their career in the sound wellness sector. Probably the most exciting thing here is that we are now offering the opportunity for graduates of the 500-hour training to partner with us and offer introductions and even part of the content of the 200-hour course in your local community, live, in person, in your world. So that's all pretty exciting. I mean, you can just scroll through this yourself. It's pretty in-depth. That's all publicly available. This look inside is what the actual course hub consists of. So this is what you see when you first log in, kind of our getting started section, which shows you, how you're going to be relating in the course and how you can get your materials and assignments and how we're going to connect for all of our live in-person sessions. And I would say that one of the most important things in the 500-hour course is it's a very high-touch program with me directly. There is a tremendous amount of coaching and guidance and personal work with your leadership skills. So you'll find that if I go into our categories here, you'll see our recent live masterclass recordings in chronological order. You'll see here that there are kind of brainstorm topics and masterclasses on different subjects, but you see a lot of people's names in here, and that is students of our training who are doing their practicum and getting incredible value of a 360-degree review process. So that's a lot of the work that you do as a student of the 500-hour training, is plan your offering, deliver your offering, and get really incredible feedback. So we have a couple of, I'm going to skip forward for just a second. We have a couple of frameworks that we use in the 500-hour course to understand giving feedback, and one of them is the Danielson framework for educators, which I'm super proud of. We incorporated this framework for chant leaders. So there are all these like domains and subdomains to assess different levels of chant leading experiences. So we have a whole document that we have co-created as a community of chant leaders that covers everything and some things you probably never even thought of. But what that enables us to do is it enables us to really dial into what makes a magic chant experience, what offers the participants a truly potent experience of transformation and self-connection through sound, and then what is like imagination or kind of fuzzy or vague or just like a musical nap. There's just a big difference So we use the Danielson framework as one way to assess that and improve our practice as a teacher. Another way that we assess that is through the what I developed as it's called the magic moments framework. So we have these enrichment activities in our course, and we have a whole magic moments framework here that is a way for us to look at all of the different factors that contribute to or detract from the highest possible level of experience for people in any type of sound experience. So there's all kinds of good stuff in here. Just sneak preview. That was in the enrichment activities, which come along with your teacher training manual. Here's the 500-hour manual. Here's the table of contents of our 500-hour manual, which matches our table of contents in the 200-hour manual, just for, curriculum synthesis there. But of course, the 500-hour level of content is a leap above the 200-hour foundational program. But you get to learn all kinds of lovely new things, which I've outlined on the landing page. But this is just an example of the quality of the manual itself. So lovely format and lovely documents. I'm really happy about all of our documents. It takes a lot to put them together, but they sure do look good. Let's see. One of my other favorite subjects that I get so excited about teaching in the 500-hour program is an empathetic listening framework that we call the vortex of submission. And this is a really deep dive into how we use our authentic voice to say yes when we mean yes and to say no when we mean no. It's probably one of the most daily life practical game-changing skills in the course, although there are many. But this is a really tremendous way of putting the value of sound-based practices into everyday relating to ourselves and to others. So it's one of the things that people comment on the most in our course. So okay, trying to keep this under 10 minutes. It's hard, but I'm doing my best. So one of the other things here, this is just another segment in the course for Sanskrit mantra refinement. We work with some more complicated mantras, some longer mantras, and you get a chance to really work with what you've learned in the Sanskritam and the Vedic chanting to go through a deeper dive. I found this on the Sai Baba website because they have great Vedic chanting teachers. You would know how to read this both in the transliteration and in the Devanagari through the 500-hour course. So that's cool. You get to learn Devanagari like you would be taught as a child if you grew up in the Indian education system. So that's fun. Our dear sister Manisha, who is Sudhanshu, my music guru by his wife, she teaches the Devanagari, which is so sweet. And then you'd pretty much be able to read every Sanskrit document ever, which is, talk about empowerment, right? You'd be able to find, with those skills, if you wanted to, you could be able to access Sanskrit documents, the entire archive of all the Sanskrit documents, and be able to read and chant those mantras. You wouldn't be able to understand the grammar and the translation, but you would be able to read and chant. So that's always been my priority, and so that's what I focused on here. So yeah, and then oh, I'm at 10 minutes, doing my best here. I'm gonna keep going for another minute or two. We also have an expanded constellation of musical skills, including working with chord-based chants and understanding chords and voicing for chords, and doing some more layered, nuanced kirtan leadership using one example is this Malkans, the Raga Malkans medley, which is a hot favorite of ours. And to be able to go through and learn some new repertoire in the raga, and here's some basic steps to developing your kirtan leadership skills. And anyway, we have it all lined out step by step, every little way, all the learning aids that are there for you. This is just a tiny little sample of the richness, the treasure box that is the 500-hour course. And again, most of all, we just get to interact a lot. I get to give you a lot of coaching and personal guidance and review, and you get to teach and share your skill and perfect and refine how you're delivering your unique essence with the sound-based yoga practices for the maximum benefit for the people. So with that, I will close this for today and just invite you, if any of this resonates with you, reach out and we'll figure out how to get you in the course, because any sound lover and mantra lover and chant lover who wants to really raise the standard bar out there in the kirtan world and the sound healing world, the yoga world, there's so much more. And we are a community of people who are really keen to discover that and to offer that to others. So join us. Okay, bye for now.